Good evening and welcome to Armstrong Junior Senior High School for tonight's WPIAL non-conference matchup between the home Riverhawks and the visiting Neshannock Lancers. My name is Joe Rhodes. Joining me to my left, the one, the only Josh Schreckengost here on this lovely Friday night before we send you off to the holiday season. And a good one in store here, Josh. A very talented up-and-coming Neshannock team. Lost a lot of starters from a year ago. Were section winners, but reloading apparently quite well. Are these Lancers. It'll be a stern test tonight for the Riverhawks. The Lancers haven't lost since the first game of the season, in which they turned the ball over, Josh, an astounding 26 times, wow. 13 in the first half, 13 in the second half. I think the key of tonight will be if Armstrong's defense, we've seen it been very impressive so far this year, especially out of point guard Ian Olson, the still master.
Yeah.
If the Armstrong defense can force those kind of turnovers, that's clearly the way to beat this Neshannock team, who, of course, has won ever since that opening loss to Mercyhurst Prep back in the season opener.
Yeah, you mentioned the Armstrong defense. Olson averaging nearly 3 steals per game, Joe. He's had some outbursts of thievery in a couple of games so far. John Bowser and I got to do the game here, Armstrong versus Kiski Prep, and Olson had 9 steals in that game, and I think he might have got cheated out of a couple by the huddle assist because he was all over the floor that night. And the main thing for Olson is he's staying on the court. His first 2 years, I mean, he started as a freshman, obviously started last year as well. His first couple of years, foul trouble, a real issue, and it took him off the court, and it kind of took him out of his game because Armstrong head coach Brian Kowalowski told me when you get Ian Olson flying around the court at 100% aggressiveness, the other team will make mistakes, and that's something that Olson's been able to do this year is stay on the court, stay out of foul trouble in that Kiski Prep game, Joe. He didn't pick up his first foul until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, great assessment there. And like I said, this is going to start and end with defense, I think, on both ends of the court for both of these teams. Whoever plays the better defense, whoever I think locks down their opponent better, you know, I think the thing that makes both of these teams similar is the fact that they have multiple scoring options. You look at what the Riverhawks have done this year. You've seen Ian Olson be the leading scorer. You've seen Jack Valasek do it. You've seen High Top Sports commentator Isaiah Riggle lead in scoring. So you have a lot of bodies that can lead in scoring, and the same can be said about this Neshannock team. So I think just overall team defense is going to be key here tonight, and I think the team that probably comes out on the better end of that also comes out on the better end of the scoreboard, Josh. So we're going to send it down to public address announcer Jake Canish for the starting lineups and the national anthem here on High Top Sports Network. We'll see you for tip-off. Good to see you, man. How are you? Good.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Hawks Nest at Armstrong Junior Senior High School Gymnasium for tonight's boys basketball exhibition matchup featuring the Neshannock Lancers and your Armstrong Riverhawks. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if able, please rise and gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor America with the play of our national anthem. Exhibition matchup, Armstrong High School, the WPIAL and the WPIAL remind you that your admission to this event entitles you to enjoy an exhibition of skills developed by the students in an educational setting. Please give these students your positive encouragement and support. Booing, taunting, or intimidating the officials or opponents is unfriendly and unacceptable. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to announce the starting lineups for tonight's matchup. First, for the guests on the scoreboard and dressed in red, the Lancers of Neshannock High School. The 5'11" senior guard number 2, Anthony Bonner. A 5'8" junior guard number 10, Talon Anderton. A 6'3" sophomore guard number 11, David Watt. A 6-foot junior guard number 15, Jake Rind. And a 5'10" senior forward number 30, Jackson Mozako. The head coach of the Lancers is John Corey, assisted by Zach Sarver, John Kloisner, and Greg Rosatelli. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to introduce the home team on the scoreboard this evening. And dressed in white, your Armstrong Riverhawks. A 6'2" junior forward, number 14, Ben Bartolovic. A 6'3" junior forward, number 5, Jacob Sub. A 5'9" senior guard, number 10, Isaiah Riggle. A 6-foot junior guard, number 4, Ian Olson. And a 6'1" senior guard, number 15, Jack Vallison. The Riverhawks are coached by head coach Ryan Pawlowski, assisted by Bruce Bailey, Nate Bailey, and Ben Vallison.
And those were your starting lineups for tonight's WPIAL non-conference matchup between these home Riverhawks in the white and the visiting Neshannock Lancers in the red. Starting lineups presented to you by the one, the only Steffi's Country Catering. And Steffi's wants you to know tonight that if you are the 12th person to order the strawberry pretzel dessert, I hope I'm saying that correct. I don't have it written in front of me. The 12th person to order it, starting from this moment forward, gets a free pretzel dessert, strawberry pretzel dessert, Josh. Big fan of that. We've gotten it before from Steffi's. It's the best.
I don't know the proper name, but it is tasty.
And want to mention, too, that they're going to be coming out with their New Year's food. They're just getting through the holidays here now. Terry talking to him this afternoon. He's slaving away. Busy time, obviously, for those folks, getting the Christmas meals ready for you folks out there. Nice offensive set there. Great screen opened up. Number 10, Talon Anderton for the first bucket of this game. Neshannock taking an early 2-0 lead, kind of showing a full court press but backing off. Ian Olson brings the ball up. Riverhawks trailing 2-0. Mentioned that defense, a strength. Here's Riggle for 3. That one just missing, rattling out. Rebounded by the aforementioned Talon Anderton, the junior. Going to drive zone defense by the Riverhawks here. Getting in the lane. That one swatted away. Big block there.
Bartolovic, yeah.
By Bartolovic stepping in there. It looked like a wide open lane, but closing quickly because of Bartolovic. And Riverhawks stay within 2 points.
Got above the floor there nicely, Joe.
Indeed. Valsek reverse. Lefty with the basketball.
Oh, turnover there.
Going the other way. Nice pass forward, up and good. Another basket for Talon Anderton, the junior, now with all 4 of the Lancer points here in the first quarter. They lead 4-0. Ian Olson with the basketball, dribbling with the left hand, kicks it out, and an errant pass, thrown it with that left hand, just a bit wide for the 3-point specialist, I guess you could say, Isaiah Riggle.
Yeah, Young Riggs has the green light. A couple of really nice performances over the past 3 games. Had 6 threes in each of the Riverhawks wins over Perry Traditional Academy and last night against Indiana.
Neshannock already leading 4-0, looking to add to it. 6 minutes left in the first quarter, 2 minutes down. We've seen Neshannock here so far really content with going through their offense, not rushing any shots. That one trying to get dumped off, but there he is again. Bartolovic stepping in and deflecting that one. Riggle's going to get a 3 from the corner, up and good. And the Riverhawks now down by just a point. A nice penetrating pitch there to find Riggle for the 3.
Coach Kowalowski must have told the entire team, look for Riggle for that 3 ball. He's shooting a high percentage for the year, Joe, over 35%.
Here's a 3 to counter, rattles out, no good. Great box out there by Jack Balasek. Grabs it, moves. Oh, looked like for a second he might have had an opening there. He's going to pull up from the elbow, back rim, no good, and a push. I think that's going to go against number 30 of the Lancers. It will indeed. That, of course, one of the 5 starters, Jackson Mazzocco. Thank you, Jake Canish. Let him say that one first. Mazzocco, the 5'10 senior forward. First foul of this contest. Olsen inbounding. Nearly a 5-second call there, but gets it in just in the nick of time. 4-3 your score. Armstrong trailed 4-0, but Isaiah Riggle able to knock down a 3 a moment ago from this left side. Nice touch off the glass.
Tell you what, Jacob Zepp going high off the glass. Little kiss and the touch, Joe.
Yeah, nice play there. That's a tough shot there from that angle. And Zepp, the lefty, smooth getting to the bucket. And the Riverhawks now lead 5-4. That, Josh, would have been a travel back in our day. We talk about it all the time. We're going to be those old guys, yelling at cloud, but
I just rolled my eyes.
It 100% is. There's a 3. That one no good. Nice rebound there, crashing quickly. Valasek gets the second opportunity, though. Starts pushing it towards the Armstrong end of the court. 4:21 left first quarter. Armstrong gets that one stripped away. Olsen able to guard him enough to distract him, but following the missed shot was number 2 for the Lancers. The one, the only, Anthony Bonner, another senior for this team. Of course, these Lancers were co-section champions a year ago, but lost a lot. A lot of seniors.
Good move by Riggle.
Riggle and one! What a move indeed. A little hesitation there. Getting that extra little step on the defender and able to draw the contact and scoop it up and in.
I'll tell you what, that reminded me of the old man, Craig Riggle.
Oh, yeah.
Played many games against Craig, and he was a little hesitation right there. Gets the defender up and right to the rack. Young Riggs finishing.
You know, I mentioned and I called Isaiah a 3-point specialist, but I would be remiss if I didn't give credit to his game inside the paint, as he showed right there, missing the and one opportunity, and going this way, and nothing doing for Neshannock as they turn it over. Travel there, just moving without the ball, or moving with the ball rather, but
moving without dribbling.
Yeah, and back to the Riverhawks. So turnovers kind of even, I'd say, at this point, Josh.
Yeah, back and forth. Each team's had a few so far.
Nearing the 3:30 mark here of the first quarter. Armstrong trailed by 4 to start this game before Riggle nailed a 3. And there's another turnover. Armstrong picking up their dribble there and having a hard time finding an open guy. We've seen a couple baskets here now in transition off of those turnovers, so that's something Armstrong's going to clearly need to clean up, Josh, if they intend on downing this one-loss Neshannock team. Again, just losing one game, the opener against Mercyhurst Prep.
Similar to the Hawks, they lost their opener against Deer Lakes and have won 6 straight, so definitely a good matchup tonight.
And the Post-Gazette coming out with their rankings this week for 3A, and you mentioned Deer Lakes. They're up to number 1 in those Post-Gazette rankings. Number 2, this Neshannock team you see in front of you here tonight. So a team trending in the right direction. This Neshannock team, a lot of people writing them off early in the season as that shot's off due to the, as I mentioned earlier, the graduation numbers, and losing quite a few players from that section champion, but reloading quite well. I have these Lancers. Good time to be a Neshannock.
Oh, man.
We were, we've seen a lot of Neshannock here on the network, and that shot off. Always a very competitive team regardless of sport.
Yeah, really. Softball, basketball.
Ooh. There's another 3-point attempt. That one no good. Zepp.
Oh, out of there with
Oh,
it.
a little.
Yeah, I got the elbow out a little bit.
a little push off there. Get that elbow out of here. Riggle, quick catch and shoot, and that's nothing but the bottom of the net. Isaiah Riggle.
Confidence is swelling in young Riggs. I love it.
High Top Sports Network's own. He can drain threes and talk behind a mic.
Yeah, he's good.
He's real good.
He's got natural ability to do both.
Nice defense there by Wiles. Bumped out of bounds. In comes Valasek. Out goes Zepp.
Riggle already up to 8 points, Joe, and I can't believe that he's hit these 2 long threes and then missed that free throw on the 3-point play attempt.
Right. We've seen it often here on the network where, sometimes the easy shots, you'll see the scorers miss those sometimes. And Riggle, just too much space there, too much time. Too quiet. 1:33 left. Jump stop, turn around, pop. Good. Nice shot there.
We can appreciate that move.
Absolutely. Coming to that jump stop, not driving too far in the lane and running the risk of an offensive foul. Doing a great job there of turning around and putting it up and in to tie this one up at 10 apiece. Riggle, another three. Front rim, no good. And a push there by Wiles. Pretty clear from up here, and that'll go the other way. That's the first foul of the night on the Riverhawks.
Well, Wiles knew he did it, and good sportsmanship shown there. He picked up number 11, David Quate, after he knocked him to the floor.
Reporting into the game for the Riverhawks, numbers 5, Jacob Zepp, and number 12, Jaden Oliver.
Substitutions for the Riverhawks. Oliver in, along with Zepp, I believe, who was out there momentarily when Jack Valasek came back in the game, but he's back out there for the team in white. Dribble drive pitch, shot by the Lancers, no good. A second chance opportunity, another trend that we're seeing continue here, Josh. Another three off the mark, grabbed by Oliver. He advances it. Jack Valasek, little hesitation, pop, and good. Nice looking shot there by Jack Valasek. We've seen him make that a lot, Josh. He likes that right side there and coming to a jump stop and pulling up and elevating for that nice little jump shot. Good looking shot by Jack Valasek. And
again, reminiscent of the old man, assistant coach Ben Valasek. That's a move that Jack was taught from an early age, I can guarantee it.
Riverhawks back in front by 2, 17 seconds left in the first quarter. Seven seconds left.
Taking a
shot fake there, getting Oliver off his feet. Runner no good. And final heave, no good there by Olsen. I don't know if that would have been good.
No,
but,
I don't think it would have counted, but I wanted to make sure I followed it down just in case he drained it.
Absolutely. So after 1 quarter of play, the Riverhawks lead the visiting Lancers by a score of 12-10 here on High Top Sports Network. I want to thank one of our sponsors here real quickly, Ryan Bowser State Farm. Like a good neighbor, Ryan Bowser State Farm is there. Check him out in Ford City today or on our scoreboard.
Yes.
He's our scoreboard sponsor tonight. I want to thank Ryan, one of the best in the biz, one of those day one guys, as we like to call him. And Josh, you got to talk to Ryan today, talk a little hunting with him. And
yeah, I said, did you get a buck during rifle season there? And he said, yeah, I got one. Kind of disappointed. And I said, well, what was it? He said, well, a nice little 8-point, but not the one I wanted. And Ryan Bowser, been known to slay a massive deer or two in his day.
Yeah, so not just good at insurance, good at slaying deer.
Hey, great eye.
But we certainly suggest Ryan's services, and Ryan and the rest of our sponsors, the reason why you guys are able to tune in wherever you may be tonight and watch this game free of charge here on High Top Sports Network. So if you see Ryan or you see any of our sponsors, make sure you say thank you to them. So I want to thank another one of our terrific sponsors, Ryan Sprankle, and the team at Sprankle's Neighborhood Market, where you can hashtag
Save on Meat.
Thank you to Sprankle's Neighborhood Market, the best meat selection, and of course Sushi Madness. Josh, we just got that this past week, loaded up on it. I got the
dragon roll.
That's the dragon roll. That was nice. The little those onions that you normally see on those dried onions on what is it? Green bean casserole.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting little thing there, Josh.
I think it was crab and shrimp in the dragon roll, and there's avocado in it.
Chef was telling me, but I wasn't picking up his accent very well. I apologize. Like I'm for as big of ears as I have, I cannot hear him. So, Chef, thank you for trying to explain to me. It was delicious nonetheless. Nice look indeed. Nice bounce pass there. But Riverhawks have to end up kicking out. Nice pass by Valasek. Could have pulled up in that nice little elbow area where he likes it, but instead a dish while in the air, and smart play, and the assist to Valasek. Bucket to, didn't see who that was. Josh, was that number?
I believe it was Hunter Cogley, number
Hunter Cogley?
13.
So Cogley. Valasek no good on that, but Zepp been all over the place here tonight. He gets a board and gets it out to Olsen, who's spin move, looks for the step around. Instead, he's going to kick it out. Riverhawks doing a good job passing the basketball. Josh, over the last few possessions.
Yeah, moving it well.
14-10. Armstrong trailed 4-0 to start this. Now they have a 4-point lead. 6:49 left in the second quarter. Both teams.
Turnover there by Olsen. That pass just a little bit late.
I was going to say there a moment ago, both teams looking to continue to trend in the right direction. Early season losses affecting both clubs, but again, seeing good things from both these Riverhawks and these Lancers here in the latter days of the December calendar. You know, I guess we're in the 20s of the month, so you're getting into the later part, but knowing the holidays here, you're pretty much at the tail end of it.
Yeah, for sure. Holiday break coming up. The Riverhawks boys will be in West Virginia, same tournament they went to last year.
Tournament champs, I believe, last year, if I'm not mistaken.
They were indeed.
Nice rebound by the Lancers. Another second chance opportunity. 6 minutes left. So right now, the Lancers with only 3 guys out in the court, if that scoreboard's correct, Josh, that have tallied a basket. Each have had 2 points, so 6 of their 10 out there right now. I mentioned it in the pregame that you're going to see an equal distribution. This motion dribble offense, seen it pretty much exclusively in terms of plays run by this Neshannock team.
Yeah, and if you're going to run it that long, I don't want you to settle. If I'm a coach right there, I don't want you to settle for that step back, perimeter 12-footer.
Right.
I want to try and get it in a little tighter.
Yeah, you're hoping for a back door or something a little closer to the basket, using one of those screens. But like you said, Josh, that's a great point. You can get that without having to run through the offense. Nice job getting a step there was Valasek. Got bumped, but no call. Physicality here on this Friday night. Welcomed.
Letting them play.
Yep. Step back there, looking for the shot. Instead, it's going to be a deep, deep three. No good. Seen a lot of threes from this Neshannock team. Not too many of them falling here thus far. Josh can't.
I don't think they've made one yet.
Yeah, I don't think they have either yet. They've taken, I think, more threes than they have 2-point field goals. Armstrong doing a good job again, passing the basketball on the offensive side. Good job switching there on the screen by Valasek.
Yeah, Neshannock pretty much settled into that 2-3, and Riverhawks being very patient. Oh,
wow.
Man, that was definitely a foul, no?
Yeah. Well, that might have been a travel as well, but nothing doing.
You could hear the slap up here. I mean, we heard it through our headphones.
I mean, the ball escaped, and his arms were an emotion that you see only when you're fouled.
Yes.
Olsen with a tricky pass there. Don't know how he got that one off. His athleticism helping him out there for sure. Olsen's going to put up the three now.
Deep.
The pass from Valasek, no good. Boarded by the Lancers. Pushed ahead. A chance now on the other end. Up and good. And we're tied up at 14 apiece. Good job by Neshannock to keep their eyes down court. And Coach Brian Kowalski will call a timeout for the Riverhawks here with 3:26 left in the second quarter. We're tied up at 14 apiece. Josh.
Hey, if I'm Coach Cavo right there, I let Assistant Coach Bruce Bailey talk to the team while I go over and tell the officials, you have whistles in your mouth. Please start blowing them when you see a foul, because I feel like officials kind of get into that rhythm where one guy's not calling them, so then none of them call them. There were definitely 2 fouls at the Armstrong end that were not called, specifically the one on Zepp where you could hear the slap all the way up here in the Hawks' nest. So, Coach Cavo taking that full time out, settle his team down a little bit, because that's an easy way to get frustrated. You have those fouls not called, start to get a little frustration. I think Cavo sensed that a bit, set his team down, calm them down, and say, hey, guys, don't worry about it. Go out there and play our game. It's a tie ball game here, 14 apiece. 3:26 left in the first half.
Also want to thank another one of our terrific sponsors. And now is a good time to link up with those folks, and that's Armstrong Indoor Athletics, be it baseball, softball, or some other sports that can be played indoors at this time of year, be it soccer. Make sure you check them out today. Some deals to help you get your swings in while the weather is on the more frigid side. Another turnover by the Hawks. Nice save attempt, but nobody looking for Armstrong. Nice job by Olsen to try to cut off that baseline, but a nice move, somehow getting that shot up over both Olsen and number 14, Ben Bartolovic. Another second chance opportunity again, Josh, for Neshannock. That's been a theme here thus far. Olsen trying to get that steal, but blocked away from behind. A nice job there by Jaden Oliver to step in and have another emphatic block by the Riverhawks. We saw one earlier in the game by Bartolovic, that one by the freshman Oliver. 2:48 left in the first half, all tied up at 14 apiece. Josh, we kind of thought we might see a defensive struggle match here, or struggle hold, and that's been the case here thus far. Despite the fact that Neshannock, Josh, has averaged 62 points per game to lead all of their section opponents here in the 2023-2024 season, and they take a 16-14 lead thanks to that bucket.
Yeah, tough finish right there. Riggle tried to draw the charge and did not.
Josh, I want to say that was, is that another bucket? Well, I apologize. I was looking at the wrong side there for a while. I don't understand why the home's on the right. Isn't the home normally on the left? Yeah. Here's a shot by Oliver. Back rim, no good. Another defensive board by Neshannock, not giving Armstrong too many second chances here. Here's a three from the wing, and good. 5-point advantage just like that for Neshannock here as we hit the 2-minute mark, quarter number 2.
Yeah, you were kind of waiting for one to go down for the Lancers because they keep pulling it. Obviously a big part of their game.
We'll see now that they're respecting the Riverhawks' ability to shoot, even though Riggle able to get that one off. Missing side rim.
Yeah, didn't quite have the feet set there, Joe.
Same spot as he made it a moment ago. And again, a lot of contact there. Olsen on the bottom of that pile, and they're going to jump ball, but there were players on top of Olsen. Oh, they gave him the timeout. I was going to say that's the right call there, because I was going to say there were no hands on the basketball by anybody wearing red. They were more or less had their hands on Ian Olsen. Josh.
30-second timeout there taken by the Riverhawks. Of course, we'd like to thank Steffi's Country Catering. Joe, you mentioned it at the top of the broadcast. 12th order, free strawberry pretzel dessert.
So call and order whatever you want. Terry will slick you up, as we like to say. And
Slicked.
We did have the strawberry pretzel. What's the full name here? I'm blanking. Terry's going to call me an idiot, as he should, because I was just talking to him about an hour ago about it. Strawberry pretzel dessert.
My mom calls it strawberry pretzel cheesecake. Okay,
right.
So it's like
various names here in Western PA, but you know what it is. The crust is made of that nice buttery pretzel. And then you got the strawberries. You got the
whipped cream in there, the creamy goodness.
Yeah, and we had the Steffi's version of it. I always joked that I think that's how we came up with the verbiage for the commercial. It's like my mom used to make. My mom used to make that. And sorry, Mom, but Terry's might be better.
I hope she's not watching.
But, make sure you check out what they have going on. If you're interested in their Sunday specials or maybe something for New Year's, hit Terry Steffi up. You can find him on Facebook at Terry Steffi, or the number you see on your screen. Actually, they're not our scoreboard sponsor tonight. But
Ryan Bowser is.
Ryan Bowser. Hit him up, too.
They know each other.
Here's another three-point attempt by Neshannock, but no good. Foul called. Going against the Lancers, I believe number 30, the culprit.
Lancers foul going against number 30, Jackson Mazzocco. That's his second team foul.
So one thing I've noticed here in the first half, Joe, the Riverhawks guards have been able to get around free throw line area, right around that area in the paint. They try and bounce pass it into the bigs. And the guys down low are having trouble handling those passes for Armstrong. That's the third turnover on an entry pass down low that the guard made. It was a good pass just off the hands of the big man.
Nice pass there, and the bucket's good. Quick passing there. The ball barely touched the floor. Olsen to Riggle to Zepp. And Zepp will now try to complete the three-point play. Riverhawks back within 3 with 45 seconds left here. Good ball movement there by the Riverhawks. You saw the press a little bit more intensified by the Lancers. They were kind of playing a soft, I guess, man, full-court man at that time, blanketing the Riverhawks, particularly Ian Olsen, who was bringing the ball up, and he quickly got it ahead to Riggle, who tossed it to Zepp, who went up with the left hand and completes the three-point play. And looks like Neshannock content with holding for the last shot, leading by 2. And Josh, Neshannock averaging 62.8 points per game.
It's a high number in high school.
It is indeed. And next closest in their section, according to my numbers here, 57. So a 5-point advantage over Mohawk, a team that was expected to make a lot of noise in Class 3A, out to a 2-4 record.
Oh,
as that
man.
shot by Valasek, I believe. Is that Valasek? Yep, not meant to be, and that's how things will end, with Neshannock heading to the locker room up 19-17 here on High Top Sports Network. We're going to take a quick break and come back with a little bit of analysis and talk about what these teams need to do in the second half to head into the holiday break victorious. Armstrong, of course, heading to West Virginia, Josh, as you mentioned, and the Lancers, I think, will host a Christmas tournament here once the Christmas holiday concludes. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here for Josh Reckengoss. My name is Joe Rhodes. We'll see you on the other side.
Steffi's Country Catering prepares home-style made-from-scratch dishes that will have you convinced Mom made it. Whatever the occasion, Steffi's Country Catering will have you coming back for every event year-round. Find us on Facebook to place an order or to see our Sunday specials, or call 724-54-85047.
Armstrong Indoor Athletics, located at 132 South Grand Street Avenue in downtown Katanning, offers a state-of-the-art training facility and top-tier instruction by experienced coaches to help turn your youngster into the best baseball or
Sorry, we didn't mean to cut the cheerleaders off, Josh. We typically like to give them their due, as they are a big part of the festivities, be it on the football gridiron in the fall or here in the basketball court in winter. So thanks to the Riverhawks cheerleaders. Just wanted to thank our sponsors, though, too, because, again, without our sponsors, you guys, wherever you may be tonight, whatever device, wouldn't be able to watch this without them. And we have just a great group of sponsors here. This particular game, it's Steffi's Country Catering, Ryan Bowser State Farm, Armstrong Indoor Athletics, Sprankle's Neighborhood Market, and one of my favorite places in the whole entire world, Josh, where am I talking about?
Bird's Foot Golf Club.
Yep, where I will be very tempted to go to tomorrow now that my driver has been fixed. I had a broken driver. Is that a fair assessment?
Yes, very fair.
I have a broken driver, and I was pounding it just at distances that I've never hit a golf ball in my life.
I can attest to that. The drive I saw today, the first thought I had was, hey, that house that's 350 yards away is going to get hit, and it did.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, it's a real deal.
Yeah, and I'd like to say that I've been working out or I have a justified reason that I'm hitting the golf ball that far, but it's not. I don't. So needless to say, I think I was successful in fixing my golf club.
Yes.
I've been golf fanatics here. Normally, people are kind of putting their clubs away and letting the thoughts of golf wait until the spring, and not here on High Top. We no, we're re-gripping clubs and planning a little golf trip here shortly. Much needed for us as we've 2023-2024 mixed bag. Is that a fair assessment, John?
Yes, very much.
But grateful that we are here to talk to you and bring you this action on this final game before the holiday break. We will not do any games for any Christmas tournament or holiday tournament this year. We've done it in the past. We did Kiski a couple years ago, in which I think, how many games was that in 3 days? An absurd, was it 12?
12, I think.
I did 12 games in 3 days, and my voice was gone.
You were kind of delirious by the end as well.
I was. I should not have called the last few, I'll say that. But we're going to take a much-needed break over the holidays and then take a little bit of a trip after that to where the weather is warm and golf courses are
plentiful.
Yep. So, but definitely want to thank everybody as 2023 winds down for their support. Obviously, this year we needed a little bit more than maybe years past with some of the things that occurred with us. Obviously, the fire. Just call it the fire. You don't really have to say much else, but that was horrific. There's no other word for it, but the blow was softened certainly by the support of so many out there and so many people that showed their concern and in ways that I'll never be able to thank enough. So thank you so much to you folks. You know who you are, your class, and you are soul of the earth, and we're lucky that we have you in our lives here at High Top Sports Network.
Couldn't agree with that statement more, Joe. I mean, it really, it was a gut punch, and a lot of people came to our side, rallied around us, and some fantastic folks reached out publicly and privately. We can't thank you all enough.
Yeah. So as we get ready for the second half, Neshannock leading 19-17. Josh, a very, I don't know what you call it, a game that both teams appeared to really want to use their offense, their sets. The only time you really saw the transition game be used is off of turnovers, in which Neshannock, I think, capitalized on a lot of those opportunities. Armstrong certainly turning the ball over significantly more, I'd say, than Neshannock. Also, I think winning the rebounding edge pretty dominantly at this point. Armstrong certainly held to one-and-done opportunities for the most part. I think maybe 2 offensive rebounds I can remember. But other than that, Armstrong really held to one shot and one opportunity on the offensive end, while on the other end, Neshannock doing a good job on the offensive glass, bringing in a ton of offensive rebounds and not always capitalizing on them, though. That's going to, if they would happen to lose this game, I think that's where Neshannock's going to look back and wish that they did a better job of taking advantage of those second-chance opportunities. But again, Armstrong, they've had their mistakes as well, so I guess then you call it a wash and see what adjustments are made here in the second half as these Riverhawks now come out to the court. And the other thing, too, Josh, I noticed on the side of Armstrong, you saw Isaiah Riggle really making his presence felt early on, and it seemed as though his shots were made a little bit more difficult by the Neshannock defense. You make a couple threes and you have that quick of a release like Isaiah Riggle has, they're going to start respecting you and playing you a little bit deeper and certainly closing on you a little bit faster as well. So the thing we said coming into this game, that both clubs have a nice bevy of scoring options. It's not a one-trick pony. It's not one player that's going to do a bulk of the scoring. Some nights maybe that'll be the case, but we know that Armstrong has a nice array of scorers that can help assist Riggle who I believe is game high 8 points, along with the other team's number 10. That, of course, Neshannock's. I don't think that roster's right.
Talon Anderton.
Yep, yeah, Talon Anderton. So the rosters we were provided, not correct. Glad I looked. Glad I brought mine now, sir. Hey, Talon Anderton, number 10, the junior, with 8 points as well. So interestingly enough, nobody in double figures yet, but both leading scorers for both clubs lead the way with 8 points. So we're going to take one more quick commercial break and then bring you the second half action here on High Top Sports Network. For Joe Roach, Josh Reckengast, we'll be right back. And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. That place you just saw in the commercial, Bird's Foot Golf Club, the place I'm probably going to go to tomorrow. I think the weather forecast is calling for some nice weather. So I'm going to mosey on down there. Take the little guy maybe.
Oh, yeah.
He's a big fan of going out there with me. There's a hilarious video I sent Josh the other day. He said, he was kind of distracting me, and I said, Josh, I'm doing really well out here. I was hitting the ball great, and but I have one distraction. I turned the phone to my son Joey, and he just has this look of guilt on his face.
Oh yeah, face for the ages. Thanks to our friend Wayne Greiser for correcting us on the name of strawberry pretzel salads.
Ah, of course. That's a very Western Pennsylvania thing.
Oh yeah.
I think I've mentioned it in other places in the world or the country, and people just don't believe that that's something you do. But little do they know, they're missing out.
Can always count on Wayne. We know he's always watching. We appreciate him. Another day one kind of guy here for High Top.
100%. 100%.
In a multitude of roles.
I remember talking to Wayne, Josh, about the name High Top, and he gave me some advice on it. He liked it and had a couple options. And so Wayne, you could say had a part in helping the name come to be. As Neshannock unsuccessful on their first attempt, Armstrong now looking to tie this one up or take the lead. 40 seconds into the second half here. Man-to-man defense shown by Neshannock. That one poked away. Zepp looked like he had it momentarily, but a nice job by Neshannock to come away with it. And that one off the hands of number 11, David Quate.
Well, give the Lancers credit. They've been doing it all game. Getting those hands in the lanes, they're real quick hands, especially when Armstrong dribbles. They've been doing a good job of poking the ball away, trying to get into that paint.
Yeah, the help side defense been nice for this Neshannock team. There's Valasek in that sweet spot of his right around the free throw line. He pulls up and elevates for the jumper. Valasek now up to 4 points, I believe. We're tied up at 19. Another turnover forced by the Riverhawks. Loose ball, though. And the Neshannock pleading for a timeout, even though the ball was loose on the court and no one clearly with possession. Jump ball called.
Well, Jackson Mazzocco, number 30, a big body in there wrestling around with Valasek. Right call by the officials right there.
Yeah, agreed that really nobody had possession. It's still kind of a loose ball there on the court. It's new.
Oh,
that
man.
one, a beautiful pass by Olsen, who goes through the hands of Wiles and out of bounds.
He broke that press with his left hand the entire way, Joe, and to be able to dribble with that kind of speed with your offhand the way Ian just did, that's a really impressive jump that he's made from last year to this year as well. And maybe a little too much zing on that from Wiles, but it's still a great pass by Olsen.
Yeah, well said there, Josh. And there's a strip. Maybe give credit to Riggle, I think, might have poked that one out. And Olsen then the recipient of it. What a shot there.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Nearly got that to drop after the contact. That was a tough shot.
Yeah, hanging in the air forever was Olsen. And, it's funny, I was going to say, his brother throwing down some impressive dunks in the house here tonight. Just sent him a snap a minute ago. Good to see Caden Olsen in the house here tonight, but a guy that could really get up, and Ian showing some ups, Josh. And you talked about him splitting the defense there a moment ago with his left hand, taking long strides. And if there's one thing we noted about Caden Olsen on the gridiron was those long strides of his that could just outrun guys. That big 6'4", 6'5" frame of his.
Yeah, he would take 2 of those long strides and be up 8 yards, and Caden, I think an underrated part of his game on the gridiron was his ability to run the ball, especially his junior year when he did it a bunch more.
So the second shot, no good. Olsen 1 for 2 on that trip. Riverhawks back in front, 20-19. Dribble drive up and fouled. Wiles, hands still in the air, looking confused. Zepp next to him. Not sure who this is going to go against. It is going to go against Wiles.
Number 3, Zach Wiles. That's his second first team foul of the quarter.
Both teams now with a foul here in the second half. 2 minutes into it. Riverhawks remain in front. There a missed opportunity for Armstrong. Jump stop, kick out, shot by. The answer is true. David Watt. With a name starts with a K.
Interesting spelling
it's
there.
Certainly silent.
I said Quate as well.
Yeah, I apologize to Quate and Watt and his family.
Yes.
That's a tricky last name you guys have, but fun one nonetheless.
Interesting spelling. I always love those.
Yes.
Oh, Wiles, way to get in there and grab that board.
And that's kind of the player he is. He's going to give you that. But then a turnover there by Riggle, who then is taken away by Olsen, and the Neshannock bench pleading for an over and back, but I don't think possession was established. But a foul now by Zepp will give it back to Neshannock nonetheless.
Veteran referee Paul Tatarko calling Zepp for the clear out right there.
Yep, using the pipes to make it known that Zepp was guilty of the foul.
Mr. Tatarko quite a bit so far in the early going this season.
Yeah, we're on the same circuit.
I think we are, honestly.
Little runner there. Love that shot. No good. Tough one. And the Riverhawks hold Neshannock to just 1 shot on that possession. Runner on the other end by Valasek, unable to convert. We're just getting into a track meet after we saw very steady offensive play. And there's a 3 from the corner. Jake Ryan with the tray. And Neshannock jumping out to a 5-point advantage. Valasek looking to say something about that. He does with a 3 of his own, Jack Valasek. Give him 7 points. Armstrong back down by just 2, 4:12 left here, third quarter. And another 3. Neshannock couldn't buy one in the first half, Josh, but 2 in a row now. And a steal. And Olsen able to come away with that. Takes it off the noggin, but stays with it. Tough to defend that, as he's able, Olsen that is, able to kick it out to the corner. There's a shot, pass. Good ball rotation. Riggle for 3. It's good. It turned into a 3-point shooting barrage here, Josh.
I'll tell you what, both teams struggled in the first half, as you said, Joe, and now it's become knockdown third quarter here. Dan Goldinger, our spotter up here in the booth, 5 threes in a row, he says.
Wow. That's a great
Between
stat.
the two teams, yeah.
Appreciate Dan, a student of the game for sure. Appreciate
he's a student, all right.
The commentary he provides here on High Top Sports Network, always appreciated.
Also joined in the booth by Director of Basketball Operations here at Armstrong, Luke Canish.
Luke wearing the holiday headwear today.
Giving him a shout out, wearing the Santa cap.
So that's going to be a block going against Neshannock. Their fan base unhappy with that call, but I think the right call nonetheless, Josh. I think he was still kind of sliding with Wiles, who was attacking the basket. Wiles well short on that one.
Reporting into the game for the Lancers, numbers 4, Phillips Jim and 34.
Free throws have been a bugaboo of this team for the past few years, Joe.
And we watched the team just a couple nights ago, Josh, where you see the difference it makes in a game, and the complexion of the game changes when you start making those shots from the charity stripe. And as you said, been kind of an issue here. And that one, no good, but a hustle play by Olsen keeps the play alive, and sure enough, hanging and banging there. Olsen ties it back up at 28 apiece.
How about him getting in there from the high position on the free throw lineup, and just finding the ball?
Olsen, the kind of a do-it-all guy. Hard to believe he only has 3 points. But again, he's one of those guys that will impact every part of the game. A terrific defender, I'd say the best on-ball defender in the county.
Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt.
What he has shown so far this season, I've gotten a chance to see him quite a few times already. He's just everywhere. I mean, it's like he was on the football field, just an absolute game wrecker on defense.
Yeah, one of the best corners I've seen over the last few years.
Not to mention, should have been All-State at wide receiver last year. Definitely, I think, going to be All-State at wide receiver this year.
Yep.
Led the WPIAL in receptions, tied for the lead, actually.
Yeah, he if he doesn't, that I think would be just true robbery. Again, Neshannock pleading for a foul. The bucket's good. They wanted a three-point play to no avail. There's a shot by Valasek, thinking he was going to be warming up. That one just off the mark. Neshannock quickly going the other way. No numbers, but they're going to still pull up for a three in the corner. And Valasek gathering that one in. This is 2023 basketball at its finest, Josh.
I knew it. I was going to say Joe loves this type of basketball.
Let's just have no numbers and pull up for a three. Have zero chance of getting the offensive board.
You know, Jack, after that, he let that shot go. He did that little hop like he thought it was going to be good. But
here's a little shot from the baseline. No good. A rare opportunity there. I haven't seen Hunter Cogley put up a bucket since early on in the contest. That one hits the front rim, and Neshannock gathers in, and they're fouled.
Yeah, that one against Riggle right there, and let's just say he was not in agreement with Mr. Tatarko's call. Looked like he had his hand on top of the ball, and it is what it is when you're out on the court there. Heat of the moment.
Bartolovic back in the game for Armstrong. A nice defensive presence to have under the hoop and on the help side. This defender gets loose. He puts up the three. No good. Oliver, a heads-up play there. Hits it off the back, but they're going to say out of bounds. Not sure. Maybe they're going to say that Oliver's foot was already on the baseline. I think that is the call, Josh. You're nodding yes.
Dan Goldinger disagrees.
Yeah, I couldn't see it, kind of blocked by a player. There's a runner up and good.
Nice finish.
Old man up here, Joe, loves that. Runner good.
Jake Rind.
And there's a reach and foul. Valasek goes tumbling to the court, and you hear that squeaking of what is inevitably a brush burn.
Oh, yeah, gotta love them, though. They wear them like badges of honor.
Yep.
Back in the day when we played.
Oh, yeah. Film in the shower that night. Know you played a game. That's how I looked at it. It's a feeling I kind of miss.
Yeah, no doubt. Jake Rind going up over the defense. Hashtag Rise and Rind.
Wow. I like that.
It?
I do like that.
NLI deal, Jake. Hit me up.
Under a minute to play here in the third quarter. And Neshannock back in front by 4. Valasek's going to pull it front rim again. Been short on the last couple of shots. Has the Armstrong senior, and like the heads up and hustle there by Oliver, but it's
Armstrong foul called against number 12, Jaden Oliver. That's his first fourth team foul.
Fourth team foul already here of the third quarter, so you can imagine that Neshannock will be shooting free throws here eventually, Josh. Unless things are cleaned up. The way this third quarter has looked, it's been pretty physical.
Yeah, whole game has been. And it's just weird whenever you get to play in the first half, refs don't call anything, and then the whistle starts blowing in the third quarter.
Just sitting here as we watch Neshannock kind of prepare for the last shot. Wait for that opportunity, but I'm turning into old man yelling at Cloud in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I can't even take the new Drake. I only like Drake from whenever I was in college.
New Drake is terrible.
Yeah, the new Drake is it's he's been better. Man, oh man, that's a tough. And they're going to say that's a. Oh, they're saying on the floor.
Yeah, there was a reach in, I believe.
But it's the bonus. No.
No one-on-ones.
Yeah.
New rule.
Wow, so that's interesting. I wonder what the PIAA's thought process was on that.
I don't know. Dan says, I don't know.
I don't know if I like it.
5 fouls and you go for 2. It's a double bonus. And then they reset the fouls going into each quarter, and it's like, I guess. I always like the one-on-ones.
I did too, and I feel like, what is it, 10 to shoot a double bonus?
Yeah. No.
8?
8.
7 seconds left in the largest lead that Neshannock's had all night now, up by 6. Valasek, little runner up, back rim, no good. A nice hustle play, and not a tough angle for Zepp to try to get that in. As a result, your score 34-28. Josh, the largest Neshannock lead of the night. So since we missed the Riverhawks cheerleaders, we'll send it down to them now and let them get their shine.
That's right. Amen to that, brother.
That's right. Would you really oppose it? Would you?
That's wrong.
Yeah, you should not. All right. To the cheerleaders. Let them get their shine.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Armstrong Riverhawks cheerleaders.
Oh, boy. Here it comes.
A song that is the clockwork here as Josh shakes his head. Let me just say this. We love Jake Canish. He is helpful to us. He makes our life so much easier. He is a tremendous guy. He's a good person outside of his duties as a co-athletic director. But we might start a petition for a new soundtrack here at Armstrong Junior Senior High School.
Guaranteed first signature, our own Logan Badak.
I think Logan would he would run to that pen wherever it may be to sign it. But Jake, so good in so many different things. He's a very musically talented guy. He's very knowledgeable in sports. It brings good with theater, helps with theater.
The voice of the Riverhawks. I mean,
yeah, he's calling. You hear his voice right now, but we might have to start a petition for a revamping of the
playlist.
That's true. Yeah. Dan Goldinger making a great point there. No real foul trouble for either of these teams. They have, I think they're pretty much their starting 5 in for both.
We got to get Dan a mic so he can sit down in the stands and give us commentary. A rebound there coming out. Armstrong able to pick up that missed layup. Neshannock could have started this quarter with a bucket. Missed that easy look inside. That would have upped the lead to 8 points.
Wayne Greiser, our dude. Valasek puts up the 3. It's good. After missing his last 2, he finds it on that one, and the Riverhawks now back within 3. Nice stroke there by Valasek.
Jack up to 11 now.
But Wayne, 7-1 and 1-10 double bonus.
Thanks, Coach.
Wayne, a heck of a ball player in his time.
I remember losing to him.
Oh, tough shot there. That one just barely missing. Don't know how that didn't fall by Ian Olson. We've seen him make a couple acrobatic plays when driving to the basket and run the other end. A gut punch there as Neshannock knocking down the 3. That was number 4, Philip Jim, the sophomore.
M's.
2 M's.
Jim with 2 M's.
2 first names.
Love it.
Sophomore, 5'11". Nice stroke there. Wasting no time in putting that 3 up.
Well, they sure have taken a lot of them, Joe.
Regal's going to try to respond with a 3 of his own, but a great box out there. Called his name a couple times. Jake Rind. Get your rind on.
Rise and Rind. He rose for that rebound. And we're making T-shirts. You can purchase them.
The new High Top Sports Network Jake Rind partnership, NIL deal.
He doesn't know he's part of it yet.
Yeah.
But hopefully he goes back and watches this and reaches out.
Everybody get your rind on. Oh, that one a little long, but there he is again. Rind with a big offensive board, one-handed. Got tied up with Valasek. Another shot by Jim, no good. Valasek getting a board.
Yeah, Valasek's had quite a few boards. I'm going to say he's up around 7 or 8.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say, but don't trust Huddle assist. As there's a shot, or pass, excuse me, to the top of the key to Zepp, and that one not able to find its way to the bottom of the net. I've seen a couple shots rattle out for Armstrong here in this quarter, Josh. Just unlucky.
Well, the last 2 possessions, I was going to say before Riggle shot his, and then again before Zepp shot his, you don't want to get caught up in a 3-point shooting contest right now. If you're Armstrong, you're only down 6 points. Run the offense, get a good look, get a bucket.
Ryan with a little shot fake going to the hoop. Chance there is the, looked like Jim was open. Drive to the basket, jump stop, good reversal. Ryan with the 3, no good. And a nice board by Ian Olsen, who's one of the rare threats to get a triple-double in high school basketball. Valasek, 3, rattles out, no good.
Well, both teams have gone cold here. We had a stretch where there were 5 straight 3-pointers between the 2 teams, and I think we're got 5 or 6 straight misses now.
Yeah, does my rationale for not liking 3-pointers in the amount that you see in today's basketball, is it making sense?
Hey, it makes sense to me 100% because look, those 3 possessions that the Riverhawks had, all down 6 points. You get a couple of field goals in close there. Now it's a 2-point game.
At worst, you're putting the ball on the floor, you're trying to get to the basket, and you draw a foul against somebody. As Dan said to us prior to this quarter, nobody really in foul trouble, and that's because I think of these 3-pointers. You know, unless you're getting a clear-out foul, it's really hard to get in foul trouble whenever it's just nothing 3 after 3 after 3, as the case has been here in the 4th quarter. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on High Top Sports Network.
Armstrong Indoor Athletics, located at 132 South Grand Street Avenue in downtown Katanning, offers a state-of-the-art training facility and top-tier instruction by experienced coaches to help turn your youngster into the best baseball or softball player they can be. Batting cage and bullpen lane rentals are available for 30 to 60-minute sessions, and you can also sign your baseball or softball player up for private hitting, pitching, fielding, and catching instruction with our knowledgeable staff.
Sorry there, we're back. Muted. Sorry, we were talking about Coach Keith Schaefer. Didn't hear a word of it though, but we thank Armstrong Indoor Athletics for their support here on High Top Sports Network. Josh said he had seen Coach in here, but I missed there, but at least it was a drive to the basket, something we have not seen at all in this quarter by either team.
Well, Dan the Man Goldinger made another excellent point while we were off the air there for commercial. You know, the Riverhawks played last night. Those jumpers are coming up short, maybe out of a little juice in the legs.
Yeah, that's a great point by Mr. Goldinger.
He's the man.
You got to wonder. The Riverhawks were victorious over Indiana on the road, my home county.
Christmas tree capital of the world.
Home of Jimmy Stewart. What else do we got there?
Christmas tree capital of the world.
This is true. The only high school that we know of that has a stinger as a mascot.
That's right. We've been talking about it.
We can't. If anybody out there knows of another school in this universe that has a stinger,
in this universe,
not just a bee. Okay, we know there are bee mascots, but we don't know of any stingers. Zepp thinking about it there. Nice dump off to Bartolovic, and that's the kind of offense the Riverhawks are in need of.
I'm telling you, man, you do that the previous 4 possessions.
Yes.
Might have the lead at this point.
You do have the lead likely. But this is 2023 basketball, and I've got to get used to it, Josh.
Deal with it, just like the new Drake.
Yep, just like the new Drake. I'll still listen to my, Take Care.
Yeah, give me.
I still listen to Take Care.
2010 Drake, 2011.
2011 Drake. Yeah.
Heck, give me 2008 mixtape Drake.
I love it. Oh my God, yeah.
Well, listen to all of that. I don't know about 2023 Drake.
Yeah. Do the kids even know of Dat Piff?
I doubt it.
Well, they're not a sponsor, but check them out, folks. I think you can still find their stuff on YouTube, but
you can,
awesome mixtapes.
Oh, the best.
Josh, a connoisseur of sorts of the hip hop. I'm just still learning the game.
Oh, nice move.
Great move there by Talon Anderton.
And a little something to say to Bartolovic on the way past, it looked like.
Lead back up to 6, 2:14 left. Got to have it here by Riggle, and it's good.
Oh, big shot.
And timeout by the Riverhawks. Coach Kowalski was pleading with Paul Tatarka. I think he wanted a push there, but nothing doing. So Riverhawks back within a possession, Josh. 2:08 left. It's going to be interesting to see how this one finishes up. What have you seen here over the last few minutes?
Well, you know, we talked about it a couple times within the flow of the game. Riverhawks settling for threes when they should have been pounding it inside. It's been working all night long, getting that ball into the paint, making the extra bounce pass down low. You're finding guys all night. Riverhawks should have been doing that. But Riggle with a big three in the corner. He's up to 14 points. And as we've said a couple of times, one of our own here at High Top. He's done games with us. And I've known his dad, Craig, since we were knee-high to a June bug.
Yeah, we balled out with Craig at what, Grace? Was that not
Grace Point out there on
Slate Lake Road.
Yeah, Slate Lake.
Yeah, we played ball a couple years ago with him. Me, I'm way out of shape. All I do is golf now. Craig probably is still in great shape. Probably still getting buckets.
And I'll tell you what, that hesitation move that Isaiah hit in the first half, that is his dad to a T. Hit a three, get you up off your feet real quick, and then right by you, finish in the lane.
So an exciting 2 minutes and 8 seconds left here, thanks to Isaiah Riggle. Needed to have that three. Team was down by 6, so this makes it a one-possession game. And now, because I think if you miss that and Neshannock gets the board, if Neshannock gets that board off a miss, Josh, that makes that climb uphill that much more. Now it's a little manageable. But we're going to get to the question now about shot clock, Josh.
Yeah.
Should Pennsylvania join what a lot of states have done and usher in the shot clock? I say yes. I think you agree.
Emphatically, I agree.
Foul there. I think it's going to go against Riggle. It does indeed.
You just hate to see a tightly contested game against two teams that are really leaving it out on the floor come down to holding the ball at the end of the game and forcing the other team to foul. It's kind of lame, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. I don't. We don't come here to announce a game of
three-man weave.
Yeah, keep away. You know, the game of basketball is a beautiful game. We're both probably I'd say are both our favorite sports.
Yes.
And that was just accidental. It looked worse than what it was, but the foul going to go against Valasek. So here's a stat for you. No fouls against Neshannock here in this fourth quarter.
Wow. That's
the third against the Riverhawks, and of course they're going to be a little more likely to get those fouls because they're trailing, and Neshannock seeing no need to put up a shot leading by 3 here with 1:31 left. And there's a wide open man on the opposite block, and whoever was defending him had lost him clearly. He was wide open, and the bucket up and good. That's a backbreaker, sort of, Josh.
Yeah, Watt just sneaking behind the Riverhawks defense, all kind of got sucked up there toward the top. Great finish by Jack.
Valasek in for the 2. Like that drive. Nearly losing it there was
got it.
Anderton, and it is taken away. So here we go. 55 seconds left. Armstrong. Riggle with the 3. Back for him, no good. Brought in and a foul against the Riverhawks. A nice job there. You saw number 2, Anthony Bonner, along with the young man who corralled that one, number 11, David Watt. And again, I think we talk about the game within the game, and that being in this particular instance, the rebounding game and what's been done on the glass. Neshannock winning that battle, I think, pretty clearly, Josh.
Yeah, doing a good job on the boards, and you kind of look at the teams are kind of equally sized, but Neshannock does have some big bodies down there. Good positioning on those box outs, and they have been winning that rebounding battle. But right there on that possession, oh man, you know, do you play for a 3? There's still almost a minute left.
I say yeah, but I just don't like the idea of rushing it. That's a tough shot to take because, yeah, he was open there momentarily, but you still have all that time to put up the shot. And, you know, you're going to put him at the line here with a foul anyway, so maybe run through your offense there and not try to rush that shot as quickly. But that is a spot where we've seen Riggle make it, so.
Yeah.
And he seems comfortable there, so, I mean, if it's there, you take it. But if it were up to me, Josh, I say that half circle that goes around there in the color black, they just take it out of here.
Yep, forget it.
Rip it out.
Take us back to the 60s, baby.
Yeah, the game, that's how it started, if those people out there weren't aware. Old man on yelling at Cloud here again. Yeah. There used to not be a three-point line.
I like seeing those old clips of guys just
The
pulling
court looks
it.
very weird, though, I will say
It
that.
looks super weird. But I love those old clips where a guy pulls a jumper that is a three, in today's game. That's way long, and it's just everybody's kind of in awe when it goes in
Why are you shooting from there?
because it was not a part of the game at all.
I wonder what year, I should know this, I feel like. There's a foul here on the sideline. That'll send Bonner to the free throw line, the senior guard. Riggle the culprit.
What year the three-point line became official?
Yeah, was it instituted in college and pros at the same time?
I don't
wonder?
think
I don't
so.
think so either. What came first, the chicken or the egg?
That is the age-old question. I think it was instituted in the NBA first. I want to say like
The NBA or the ABA? Did you say ABA?
And maybe the ABA.
And that one good. So Bonner, ice water in his veins, making both. 37 seconds left. A tough task now for the Riverhawks. Olsen with the basketball. Zep over to Valsek, who puts up the three, and no good. And offensive board. Olsen drives, loses it, and that one is into the hands of a Riverhawk. Valsek puts up a deep three, no good. Riggle fighting for it, and out comes the one, the only, Jake Rand. He'll go to the line and shoot too, with a 5-point advantage. But Josh,
Tough breaks right there for the Hawks.
a lot of three-point shots.
Ton of them.
You made a great point whenever you talked about those possessions that were, dare I say, wasted?
I mean, it was 37-31 with 5.5 minutes left. I'm sorry, I just don't get into chucking up threes with the opponent. Whenever you can run your offense, get the ball inside, it's been working.
And you held them scoreless on 4 consecutive possessions as well. So,
I'm glad Coach Goldinger agrees with me.
as Rand, who will be awaiting his NIL acceptance,
That's right.
drains the first.
High Top's first ever client. The NIL deals.
We might have just jinxed him there. 10 seconds left, and Neshannock's going to escape with the win here. Neshannock was not satisfied with going this fourth quarter without any fouls, Josh.
I know, right? Oh, that was a timeout?
Yeah.
I want to get the timeout after the foul.
So a full timeout by the Lancers, and who will inevitably escape here, Josh, with 8 seconds left. Victorious, still just one loss on their ledger. As for the Riverhawks, a lot of things I think to look at in this game. Shot selection, second chance opportunities given up, that they're going to kind of have to look at and sort of attribute to this loss.
Well, I'm interested to see the huddle breakdown of this game to see how many total three-pointers were put up by these teams combined. I'm going to say 55. It's a lot.
Enough to party, as I like to say.
Enough to party indeed.
So, yeah, again, what I think made it more eye-opening for me was the fact that we saw Jack Balasek with a nice slashing play to the basket there late in this fourth quarter where he made it look easy. Not only can he elevate well on his jumpers, that's one thing about Jack Balasek that's fun to watch. He can elevate on his jump shots, but he can also elevate too when he's getting to the basket. And so you saw it was put on display there, and you just wonder why not more opportunities and more similar shots taken like that instead of the threes that you're seeing right there. That was off the mark.
Yeah, that's going to do it.
And a timeout with 1.4 seconds. And another missed three.
I think Coach wants to give that timeout back. Timeout? Oh.
Yeah, some smiles there from the Neshannock side as they know.
It's instinct, you know. You see a guy on the floor battling for the ball, you yell timeout.
The Neshannock coaching staff must have got the memo that I did, Josh. They are all deciding to just cut all their hair off.
Yeah, they're all. Oh man,
mine off.
Yeah,
see, we have the same haircut.
Woo.
I tried cutting my own hair the other day.
I make a mistake.
I said Josh a message ago. I made a bad mistake.
I'm thinking, what happened? Oh my goodness! Please don't tell me anything's on fire.
No more fires.
And nope, Joe just took all of his hair and said, enough of that.
As short as it's been since I was born.
I like how you described it to me. You said, I had the Clippers. I was in thought. and
Yeah.
then you just went straight in. No attachment,
I
no
came
guard.
in from the side, came over the top, and it's like
Oh.
at that point you got to take it all off. So
I did that once to my son. He didn't like it.
I'm sure he did not. But that'll do it. Josh, the final score here, the Neshannock Lancers 44, the Armstrong Riverhawks 38 here on High Top Sports Network. And while we have a chance, let's run a quick commercial. We'll be back for a little post-game analysis here on High Top Sports Network. Stay tuned. As Macklemore blasts in the background, we bring you back here to High Top Sports Network. Thank you for sticking with us. Quickly, Josh, we're going to name our Ryan Bowser State Farm, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, player of the game. Who are you going to pick tonight?
I think it's got to be Talon Anderton, for Neshannock. I think he did a little bit of everything out there, the junior point guard. Only listed at 5'8", in there mixing it up, getting boards, playing tough defense, and scored some points. I think he had 11 to finish the game. I was impressed with his all-around game, Joe, and though he wasn't the guy shooting the majority of the three-pointers, he was setting those guys up for their looks. So my vote goes to number 10 for Neshannock, Talon Anderton.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I think he was all over the place. Like we said about Ian Olson, just disruptive in many different ways on defense, doing the things you want to see out of a point guard on offense, distributing, scoring when he needs to. So, yeah, I think that's an apt selection. You know, we love our boy Jake Rind.
Oh, yeah.
But tonight it's going to have to go to Talon Anderton, the junior guard for Neshannock, who comes away tonight victorious here at Armstrong Junior Senior High School on the road. Josh, closing thoughts?
Well, there are bigger things on the horizon for Jake Ryan. Reach out to us. Get that NIL paperwork over to you, player. Rise and Ryan. Think about it. No, but tonight, the Riverhawks, they kind of got goaded into shooting threes. Yeah. Sometimes an opponent will do that to you. You continually go down the court, and they're chucking them up. And then when they take a lead, you feel like you have to answer. And I think that okay, well, they're calling the janitors in to tear it down, but sometimes you get goaded in by your opponent feeling like you have to answer it right there when the game is really not out of hand. And I think the Riverhawks, were guilty of that tonight, and not their best game, obviously. I thought, Neshannock moved the ball well, but I thought Armstrong moved the ball well on offense too. They were finding those guys underneath. A couple of balls off the hands, out of bounds early in the contest. It could have been buckets. But then to go away from it there when the game was still close, it's tough.
You hit the nail on the head there, Josh. I think the ball movement was great. You saw in that first quarter how selective Armstrong was in the shot that they took, and that in the third quarter, and especially the fourth quarter, subsided. You saw settling for shots, and Neshannock, when they needed a big bucket, it wasn't necessarily a three when that was the case. It was one of those open backdoor passes where somebody had slipped past the screen, and the ball handler at the time was able to hit that man on the opposite block like we saw a couple times too. Not just that, Josh. I think another big deciding thing was you mentioned you want to see how many threes were taken in this game. I want to see how the rebounding battle, how that actually played out, because it just seemed like the offensive glass was just owned by Neshannock tonight, and that's you watch any game, it's hard to win a game when you lose in that department. When you're giving your opponent second chances, it's going to be a long night for you, and for this game to remain as close as it was. And lose in that offensive rebounding battle as bad as I think Armstrong did, it just kind of furthers my thought that you got to get baskets and you got to take high percentage shots. And both teams, as you said, kind of dogged into trying to one-up each other sort of in that three-point game. And for a while, both were unsuccessful. But at the end of the day, it works out for Neshannock, who again improves to 7-1 on the season. They have a date in their tip-off tournament upcoming. Then they'll start the second half of the season against Greenville in a home contest.
Greenville, huh?
Yep, Greenville. That game on the 27th. Oh, that must be their tournament then. So yeah, they'll play Greenville on the 27th, and it looks like that's the only game I can see on here. This font is tiny, and I've got good eyes. But
Yeah, I'm never going to see that.
no, you won't. But
Yeah, no, why am I trying?
but yeah, time for us to head into the holiday. And before we do, I want to thank you guys. Thank you for an awesome 2023. You folks out there are the best. We love what we do. We love our sponsors. We love the people we call these games for. We love the families we deal with, the teams we cover, the student athletes, the administrators, the coaches, the athletic directors. We are, needless to say, blessed to do what we do where we do it. And you guys out there listening are a part of it. As I always say, you have many ways to spend your time, and for whatever reason, you decide to listen to us, and we're truly, truly grateful for it. I know, speaking for Josh and myself. So thanks for an awesome 2023. We will see you in 2024, bigger and better than ever, and no fires. Josh?
None. Zero.
No fires. So thank you guys as always. Thank you to our sponsors again. Tonight's sponsors, Steffi's Country Catering. Make sure you check out their New Year's menu. Ryan Bowser State Farm, like a good neighbor, Ryan Bowser State Farm is there. Armstrong Indoor Athletics. Get those swings in now. The weather's cold, can't be outside. A great place to get ready for the spring. It'll be here before you know it, so go down to AIA and check them out today. Also, Sprankle's Neighborhood Market, where you can hashtag
Save on meat.
and sushi on Wednesdays. And last but not least, Bird's Foot Golf Club, a place I'll attend tomorrow. Maybe you'll see me out there. I recommend getting out there. Enjoy it. It's one of the best courses around. Great price, great service, and just a beautiful maintained facility out there in Freeport. So for one final time, for Josh Reckengost, my name is Joe Rhodes. You guys have a great rest of 2023.